Hello and a warm welcome to another edition of To The Point. The debate around nationalism is again gathering momentum, and it's almost a replication of what happened at the JNU campus last year. A seminar turning political, followed by a deep divide based on nationalism. What is the reason behind this debate on nationalism, and is it really justified, or do you really see a political pattern in it? Joining me now is Minister of State for Union Affairs, Kiren Rijiju. Welcome, sir, and to the point. To begin with you, sir, the right to debate basically without the threat of political, basically physical or mental violence is very crucial to the space of the university. Is this right really being denied to the students on the campus?
I think the debate is totally misplaced. I don't think there is any kind of restrictions to any debate and discussion in any college in India. Okay. There is no restriction. I think it's absolutely perfect that everybody is speaking up their mind. And it has been happening since independence. There is no blockade, no stoppage, no forceful confinement, nothing. It's open, absolutely open.
It surely has been happening for quite many years, but why is there a feeling that suddenly the whole idea of dissent is taken as something which is very anti-national?
That is again misplaced. Every day the Prime Minister has been subject to all kind of abuse in this nation. Nobody is stopping them. Nobody is being harassed on the basis of his or her comments against the government. There's nothing like that. The only debate is whether the freedom of expression is given to the extent that they can shout slogans against India, they can openly support Afzal Guru, they can support terrorist organizations. These are the debate. Whether freedom of expression is totally unqualified or it is absolute. That is the only discussion. I mean, there is no second thought about the freedom of expression in this country. It is guaranteed by the Constitution of India, so everybody is enjoying it.
But the way things are happening, we see that there is a very thin line between freedom of expression and nationalism. Are these two factors really mixed somewhere, and that is where the confusion is?
That is to be decided by the people of India. Whether the students, the so-called far leftists, who keep raising the slogans in support of Afzal Guru, in support of the separatists in Jammu and Kashmir, who support the terrorist organization, that comes under the ambit of freedom of expression or not, that is to be debated. There is no debate on the freedom of expression.
But talking specifically about what happened on 21st and 22nd of February at Ramjas College, how would you really see that incident unfolding, and also the aftermath of how the things panned out?
These are a planted game plan of the leftists. They have lost the mandate of the people. So the only thing they can do is to create some kind of scene in colleges and universities and draw the attention of the media. Because in media also there are many leftists who have been working in media, so they try to generate some kind of controversies to remain in the public domain. So that's all. I mean, there is no issue as far as government is concerned. We are very focused in governance. We are very focused in the agenda of the government. The Prime Minister has given us, all the ministers, certain role which we are performing. So we don't have time for this debate and discussion of the college campus. It is only when there is eruption of law and order, then government comes into picture.
But we have always seen that university has always been a ground for a lot of experimentation, a lot of discussion and dialogues take place, and where students have the right to make a free expression of what they feel, and that is an indication of an evolving society.
There's no stoppage. I don't think. Do you think that there is any kind of blockade to any kind of movement in the university and college? I don't think so. If you have any such incident in any part of the country, I think you should bring it to the notice of the government. But as far as government is concerned, we are not in any kind of mood to censor anybody, because censorship in India is seen only once in 1975 when Congress party imposed emergency. Thereafter, there is no censorship in this country because Constitution guarantees freedom of expression. So the press, media, or the student, or anybody who is an Indian citizen or a resident in India has an absolute freedom of expression. So there is no denying in that.
But why is there a feeling that, this feeling of nationalism, or rather nationalism to say, is monopolized by a certain section of people whose agenda is that if you are not with me, then you are anti-national? Is there an underlying agenda?
Nobody can monopolize nationalism, and nobody can define nationalism also. There is no absolute definition of nationalism. It's up to the interpretation of various people. Can you define nationalism? Absolutely, nobody can. For me, nationalism is love for your nation, work for your nation, contribute to the growth of your nation. It is nationalism for me. You may have a different kind of a concept in terms of defining nationalism. So there is no absolute definition of nationalism agreed upon by all sections of the society.
But taking Ramjas College incident as an example, in case which just happened recently, we found that the topic of the seminar was cultures of protest, and after which the ABVP guys, they came in and they didn't allow Umar Khalid to say whatever he wanted, and then a whole lot of incidents happened.
That part is clear now, because Umar Khalid was accused of raising anti-India slogan in previous case also. So because of that, some members of the ABVP protested. The entry of Umar Khalid in Ramjas has been protested by the ABVP because he is known anti-India in his conduct. Now, how the ABVP students blocked his entry, this is the question of debate. So ABVP has already expelled some of his members who I think went in a violent manner. Some police from Delhi police, they also acted not in a manner what is expected of them. So police also has acted against some of its personnel. So there has always been a corrective course of action where human beings do commit error, and if there is some kind of error, one must admit that.
But how do you explain that behind this garb of nationalism, why is there a raging debate on nationalism, which actually we didn't see during UPA's time?
No.
That the society is deeply and ideologically divided. That look, I am a national, you are an anti-national.
That is why I'm saying.
Somebody who raises the voice
when
against
UPA
the
was
government.
in the government, when UPA was in the government, so they were in the government, why would they raise the debate? Once they are out, so they started this debate. We are fine. We are fine with the debate and discussion, no problem.
But is it not true that BJP is also running a deeply nationalistic agenda?
Definitely. My agenda is very clear, and you have right to disagree with me. Okay. For us, India is supreme. We are serving the nation. If you support Afzal Guru, if you support Yaqub Menon, if you support Hafiz Saeed, if you support terrorist organizations, if you support separatist movement, then you are anti-national. That is my belief. You have right to disagree, but the only thing is that when you raise slogans or when you get yourself involved in some kind of active activities or visible activities which amounts to causing harm to national interests, then it becomes a point of question that whether you are anti-India or not.
But when you're raising slogans, you just mentioned that when you're it's a matter of what slogans you're raising. But when it's about raising slogans like Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai,
this is fine.
Does that make you really more committed towards the ideals of unity, peace, freedom?
These are non-issue. These are non-issue. These are not even an issue. This is part of the your display of how you want to lead a life as an Indian. This is not even a question of debate. The only debate is if you say that India should be broken into pieces, then the question is always there. Then if you say that India should be separated, Kashmiris have right to be independent, the Bastar is right to be independent from India, then there is a question. Otherwise,
it's independent you say country, that this kind of a debate is justified. Nationals versus anti-national debate, which is
debate and discussion is the essence of democracy. If there is no debate and discussion, then what is the point of living in a democratic country?
Okay, taking you away from this and bringing you to what happened to this poster girl of the DU movement campaign, that is Gurmeher
No
Kaur.
poster girl. This is some people have made her as a poster girl. She's just a student.
Does BJP see her as a student or an anti-national?
I don't see anything in her. I have not passed comment on her. We have nothing to do with the mere students' comments, so it's not even an issue for us.
Now that she has withdrawn from the campaign, Gurmeher Kaur has withdrawn from the
That
campaign.
is her wish. The only thing is,
You don't agree that she was forced to do that?
I think some people said that when she posted something online, then the left parties picked up that and they tried to viral it in social media.
Her video where she's urging harmony between India and Pakistan.
No, who is debating that? India has always put an extra effort for peace. Has not Prime Minister of India did that? Atal Bihari Vajpayee went to Lahore with bus for peace mission. Narendra Modi ji went to Pakistan on peace mission. We always wanted to have peace with neighboring country. India had never attacked any country. So this is not even an issue. The only issue was, I think she wrote in one of her placard that the Pakistanis had not killed her father. The war killed her father. So there is no war. Do you think we are at war now? There is no war with Pakistan, but our soldiers are getting killed. Who is the, responsible behind all those killings?
On the basis of what she wrote, that it was the war that killed her father, does BJP see Gurmeher Kaur now as an anti-national?
You have to understand that she has written something on social network, on a website or online in YouTube or anywhere. That means it is for the public consumption. When you put up something on the social media, shouldn't it be reacted? You had put it for the people, no?
But you also reacted on
That's
the Twitter.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You wrote on the Twitter that she was a misguided youth.
Yeah.
And her father wouldn't be a happy man.
No, you have not read my tweet, I think. I didn't say anything about her. I said, who are polluting the young students? I mean, I was saying this to the lefties, that they are trying to pollute the minds of the young students. Now, somebody will say that she is just a mere 20 years old student. Leave her alone. That means she is not matured. Some people said she is just mere 20 years. Why somebody should react? Yeah. Then again some people will say that no, she has her own mind. She is matured enough. She can speak out. So please decide what is right.
How do you assess Gurmeher Kaur?
I don't assess. She is just a student for me. Our battle is with the far leftist ideological groups, and we will fight with that. There's no issue with the students and all.
So are you hinting at the fact that Gurmeher Kaur has been used as a political pawn by the leftists of the Congress?
Why you are making one student as a symbol of movement and all? I don't. The media has a briefed of the issue in this country. There are many important issues in this nation. The media has the habit of picking up a student off campus and making hero.
But sir, even media is ideologically divided now, no? On the basis of this whole debate of nationalism which has been there since last 2 years.
Some deeply far leftists have encrypted into important institutions. Some of the leftists are working as a journalist. So they may try to generate debate, but for us, our focus is governance. We are not interested in this debate.
Sir, I am talking to you purely as a very neutral journalist, and on the basis of whatever reports have come in so far, that why is there a feeling that the entire society looks divided on the basis of nationalist and anti-nationalistic agenda? And is it really justified in a country like this where people of different hues, different religions, different communities and sects are staying, and everybody absorbs this kind of a thought process in their own way? Muslims would take it otherwise, maybe the Parsis would take it otherwise. Is this kind of a feeling justified?
The division was created during the UPA time or whenever there is a Congress government. The BJP time, such thing never happened. During Congress time, if somebody speaks against Nehru, he will be jailed, he will be tortured. Somebody speaks against Indira Gandhi, will be jailed. Somebody, like even recently in UPA time, some people posted some cartoons against Sonia Gandhi. the Facebook was summoned, people were interrogated. So during Congress time it happens. BJP time it doesn't happen. BJP times people abuse Prime Minister every day. Has anybody been summoned? Has any social media been blocked? So our time such thing will never happen. Restrictions do not exist in our time. Yes, Congress time, as recent as 2012-13. You post something against Sonia Gandhi, the person is summoned by the police or the Home Ministry. So that time happened. Our time it is not going to be.
There is a feeling that this girl Gurmeher Kaur actually withdrew from her campaign because she was forced to do that. There were a lot of right-wing trolls which were chasing her, and she was psychologically totally psyched up with what was happening.
That is your view, no? That please try to understand.
No, it's not my view.
No,
I'm totally talking to you on the basis of the reports which have come in the newspaper.
That's what I'm saying. Your view means many people also share same view. If you don't want your comment, whatever you had put in the social media, to be reacted to people, then why have you put it out? You tell me, have you put it up in the social media for your own consumption or for people? I don't understand. You had said something as a comment put up in the social media, and you don't want people to react.
But Mr. Rijiju,
then why did you put it up?
Absolutely, you have a point in what you're saying.
No, it's not point of view. It's a factual.
Mr. Rijiju, what I'm trying to ask you is that whenever a person reacts on the Twitter, a lot of political personalities also do that, and on many occasions, Twitter and social media have become the medium of communication for the political fraternity as well.
So you put up for the people's consumption, no? Then if you want that nobody should react to what you say in the social media, then why did you post it in public then? You had put it out with a message, means people will react. Then you say don't react, don't react. Then why did you put it out in first place?
Gurmeher Kaur's case has also been taken as a fact that she's been pigeonholed into an image where she's perceived as the daughter of a martyr.
If she's young, she's immature, if she's a small baby, then why such statements were made in the public domain? People will react. No, can you control anybody from social media troll? Government cannot regulate. No, we don't control social media. How do we control somebody has made a certain comment? The only government will react is if somebody threatens, like if somebody has threatened like rape.
But as a Home Minister,
then we immediately told police, if such comments are made, please take action.
But Mr. Rijiju, as a Home Minister, you can always take action against the people who are indulging in online trolls and harassing women like Gurmeher Kaur.
Yes, the actions are being taken. Anybody is found to have abused social media, causing harm, actions are taken. If you are using fake account, if police is unable to track or trace out, then it may take time. Otherwise, if anybody is misusing and creating disorder in the society, he will face the law. Law is not made by us. Law is made by the parliament, and the agencies are there to enforce it. It's very simple. I think there is so much of misconception created by some divisive forces in this country. But it's okay. This country is big.
Who are these divisive forces you are hinting at?
Those who shout slogans against India, those who keep working against India. You tell me one thing.
Even if they are students?
Whoever may be. See, there is no war between India and Pakistan now. There's no war. There's no declared war. Then who do you think are the people who are killing our innocent people, our soldiers, our security forces? Who are they? There's no war going on. Then who are responsible? You want to give clean sheet to all the people who are perpetrators of this violence? We are losing our innocent lives. Those soldiers, don't they have their children, their wife, their family members?
But why are we seeing this?
Then in this context, if any individual has any viewpoint, you can definitely put it across. But if you try to give clean sheet to Pakistan or the terrorists, then people will definitely react to that. So when you have put up something in the social media, for anybody, maybe politician, maybe officer, maybe individual businessman, people will react.
But Mr. Rijiju, I mean, you have a point in what you're explaining, but to a layman, a commoner who perceives the campuses of the country as, pillars of education.
It's not
and when
confined to
this kind
campus
of
now. Social media is not confined to campus now.
I'm just taking the university campuses as one example where the nationalistic agenda is running high and thick, and people feel that this nationalistic agenda is running on these campuses. Tempers are running high, and we see a deep ideological divide over there. So you said that these divisive forces are behind this kind of an agenda.
Yes, because they have lost the faith of the people, so they try to make their presence in media only.
So are you trying to hint at the fact that parties like Left and Congress, they are trying to pursue...
Congress is not relevant in this context. Congress is ideological, less political party.
So you're targeting purely the left
yes,
on this?
This campus, manipulation and pollution of the young minds of the student are the creation of the far leftists. Congress is not even part of my thinking here. Congress is just a group of organization guided by a dynastic interest. It's just a dynastic political party. There's no ideology in Congress party now. So I don't want to refer to Congress party here. It's between the nationalists and the far leftist. It's an ideological battle which we are ready.
And it's also a battle of space as well.
Definitely, because India is a free democratic country. We must have the right to debate, discuss, dissent. This is an ideological political fight. We will fight it out, but please no violence, whether it's ABVP or far leftist groups or anybody. Please don't involve or indulge in violence. That is why ABVP, I am happy that they have also acted against some of their members who had indulged in the physical violence, and Delhi police also has taken deep action against some of its people, some of its personnel who could have acted in much better way on that particular day in in Ramjas College. Yeah.
Last year when Bihar elections were around the corner, I remember a similar kind of a debate kicked off with intolerance, then Ghar Wapsi, then the incident in Dadri. At that time elections were around the corner. This time again we see that there are elections. Do you see some kind of a conspiracy against BJP by the opposition?
They can have their own conspiracy. The people of India will decide.
No. What do you feel as a Home Minister?
Obviously.
Do you feel that there is a conspiracy which has been hatched by the opposition, by parties like Left or Congress?
I don't want to name anybody. There are some people in the media, some people who are always busy in creating this kind of controversies. That is their job.
So you're saying that it's a collective effort against BJP, to target BJP.
Intolerance used to be there before. Intolerance really existed when Congress was in power. Now there is nothing called intolerance in this country. Everybody is free to speak. You are discussing, debating every day. So, is there any intolerance? Nobody should be intolerant towards any other person or groups. And once this UP election is over, then they will try to find out some other issues to be debated in the media. Some people are only interested in debate, and some people are interested in action. We are here for governance. People of India have given us mandate to serve them. We are interested in that only.
But it's also a story of political survival, because BJP's survival mantra, of course, is governance coupled with agendas like nationalistic agenda and
Definitely.
other agendas.
That's our identity. That's our identity. I grew up in a certain ambience. My district was under Chinese occupation for some time in 1962. So anybody who grew up in that environment will have certain kind of mindset. People in Delhi on the street, they are not bothered about how India feels about China, what is the condition in the border area, because they are not part of that history. They have not felt the pain. A person who lives in a border area will have a different mindset. He grew up in a particular kind of environment.
According to what you're saying, that people are not too much bothered about these kind of sentiments.
This is a media's creation.
But why is it that BJP did try, on the field we have seen that when the MPs went out on the field, they have used incidents like surgical strike, which happened in September, to reap political benefits out of it?
No? If Indian Army has taken some good action, shouldn't it be appreciated? It should be appreciated.
It should be
Not only
appreciated.
by BJP, everybody.
But it should be appreciated, but at the cost of also reaping political dividends out of it.
It's not a question of political reaping. If I am today a minister in a government, I go and I give encouragement words to our forces in the border area. Do you think that is a political action? It is my duty to appreciate and to boost the morale of forces. So
on the program, can you give an assurance as a Home Minister today that incidents like what happened in Ramjas or like last year, you would actually prevent these kind of incidents to happen
how
in
can
future?
you prevent the students from playing politics in campus? Campus politics is not a new culture. So the students have their right to have debate and discussion and whatever they feel like. How can I control? As I told you, that we are not a regime to regulate and control the activities in the campus. They have their independent institution mechanism. They have their own administration in the college and universities. How do we come into the picture? These are all autonomous institutions.
Thank you, Mr. Rijiju, for being so candid. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's it on this episode of To The Point. See you next time with another personality. Goodbye and thanks for watching.